Well, here we are. Another week of glorious BBPN there. So, yes, bunch of your right turners are ready to go see how crazy this is actually going here. As usual, some divisions get ahead of others, but we do try to actually make every review recorded at the time you finished your week off. So that way, the information was as up to date as I had it then when I recorded that division. Not, well, you know what I mean. Anyway, right turn, Clyde. Alright. Week 5 Mayonnaise Division was one of the craziest weeks here, as let's just face it here, they're playing like it's nuts in this fucking division. Let's go and review the firms and take a look here what happened and transpired during match week 5. And you've got a few surprises in there, lads. Because yes, finally, some crazy events started happening. Alright, let's take a look at the Sandwich Masters there. Once again, a very fine upstanding team there. Now, you can see, again, they got hurt, but nothing sticks, so I don't think he fucking cares. Again, this is a remarkable halfling team with how it continues to perform base to strength to strength. As you can see, finally got the Apothecary there for week 5. Absolutely a great investment, because now he's got trees protect, and he's finally starting to get some skilled halflings, because they just keep surviving. Tough lads, these sandwich makers. Absolutely tough lads there. 860 TV. I expect great things out of that. I don't think they're going to Hooligans, lads. Alright, meanwhile, yeah, again, the no surprises here. Back to Bork, but you're going to notice something. Guess who's dead? Yes! Yes, his star orc is dead. Yeah, he lost it. He's already bought the replacement. You can notice that big gaping hole. Crash, went into overdrive, and boom, there he went. And indeed, dead. Good fucking riddance to filth. Alright, that's all we'll say. Meanwhile, your heroes and mine there, yeah, the Legends of Nottingham there, well, they got out of another match there, as you can see here. Jervis finally got out of his rut during week 5, and now he's finally starting to perform. Hasn't gotten his skill yet, so curious what that's going to be coming up in week 6. And of course, William King's also leveled up. As you can see, skill points still developing well there. The big question is, now they've got the money, what are they actually going to buy here? They're going to go and get the third reroll, or they're going to finally buy some padding for the team. They've got all kinds of decisions to do here, the Legends of Nottingham here. I'm going to be very curious where they go. Then, of course, the Goblins. Again, they're doing amazing things. They've got another level up, and look who the level up is. Yep, you got the Fanatic. That is going to be a huge die roll. If he rolls a double, all the bets are off. That's what everyone's hoping. If he rolls a double, it's border time, baby, and that's what you really want to be here. Still an excellently developed team here. They haven't really critically lost anyone. They've still got numbers. They're doing fine. They just, again, they keep getting robbed. But we'll go into that discussion in this review, how the weeks actually went there. And then, of course, the cheating bastards of the entire league, the Drunken Elf Masters there. Fuck you, Chelsea. You suck, rocks. As you can see here, they got a bit roughed up. Yeah, they actually ran into a challenge, finally. As you can see here, yep, they finally have a busted ass. Yep, and before you ask, yep, finally the first crippled elf. Busted ass knee. Good riddance. Problem is, the rest of the team, as you can see, still developing very well here. He's now got 2 leaping wrestling bastards. Excellent development on this team here. But what do you expect from the biggest cheating team in the entire league? I expect a lot more from them. The fact that they only need 2 rerolls, it's not surprising. Alright, now let's take a look here at the Noble firm. Ouch, yeah, they had a brutal one, lads. They had a brutal one, and you can see here, yeah, Broken Ogre, and they've got some gaps. Those heroic lads finally had a bad day. They really did here. But like I said, the comeback had to stop sometime. They're still okay, but they have to start rebuilding the team. He's got money. He's going to be buying 3 more Nobblers, but he's down in Ogre. Right now, match week 6 is pretty critical. Who's he going to draw? And then, of course, yes, you'd think they'd be doing better in this division, the Wood Elves. Well, they're having a rough go. Look, have you seen this division? Well, you've been seeing it every week, so no surprise there. Now, this is excellent. Don't get me wrong. This is fucking excellent. There you go. You've got your superstar. I now expect high things. You've got a kicker on the line. Brilliant, brilliant. Especially when now you've got this combined here. And of course, he actually bought the dodge, because that actually makes more sense, because you're running away more than you actually want to put hits in. But then if that's the case, why do you have a tree? Column A, column B. And I hate to say it, you really do need a reroll. But it's all going to come down to week 6 for them. And then, of course, yes, Let's hear it for the horny ones, and now you're noticing a problem. Yeah, it's happening again. Dead! Yes, barely according to the out-of-town scoring booth. Yet another dead beastman. He is averaging almost a dead beast per fucking game. Now, at this point, he's actually lucky. He's starting to also get dead loners. Yay! Loners don't matter. They never mattered. It's kind of like L's on a bad day. Anyway, as you see, he's got to level up. That's going to be pretty big here. Here's the biggest debate, and I can see at Hammer Times having to think, does he buy tackle, considering what, or has he already played those teams and buy something else? In this case, I hate to say it, lad, if you get the role, extra arms, he's your ball carrier, because he's got block, he's got excellent survivability. I think you really want the extra, unless you roll something spectacular, in which case don't argue with it. All right, it's your firm. Do what you please. Alright, now let's go and take a look here at the leaderboard of what's going on this after week number 5. And yep, the Orcs are number 1. Not surprising, really not surprising. They've had a wee bit of luck, wee bit of gab, but as we said, the star is dead. So that might finally slow them down. But the Orcs, I think, are pretty comfortable coming out of this first round here. Meanwhile, as you can see, yes, the Cheating Bastards finally stumbled. And they ate a tie. Well, that still keeps them unbeaten, doesn't it there? No surprise there. Your heroes and mine, well, they're keeping up there. They're keeping running up with them there, 2-2-1. They've had some rough games, but as you can see, they're finally starting to get the business going here. And meanwhile, yeah, the Comeback Kings, well, unfortunately, they finally stumbled into. And you can guess who they ran into. Yeah, they ran into the Orcs. We'll show that one in the schedule there. And then, of course, yes, the Horny Bastards, the collapse continues. But you're in the middle, so it's not bad for your style of team. It's not great. I won't argue that's not great, but it's not bad either. It's recoverable. It just comes down to, you know, how this actually develops and runs out. The Halflings, yes! As you can see, they finally have a fuck you in the win column. They finally got one. Bravo, lads. They finally got it. The Goblins like to talk to the Polizei. They've been robbed again. Yes, another fucking tie. As you can see, the Wood Elves, hey, finally! It's something. It's a tie. Let's take a look here what actually happened on the schedule there and upcoming there. You can see there, yep, there's the tie. Robbed again by the Goblins. One hell of a game. As you can see, the cast on that one's going to be pretty spectacular. 3-3. It was a fight right to the end there between these two firms. Unfortunate there for the Nobler crew, but you know what? That Orc's insufferable. But yep, that is a big one right there. That was a big one. The Halflings triumphed, and they did it all there. And let's take a look here at the upcoming week. The Beasts, well, guess who they've got? Yeah, they've got the fucking Wood Elves there. Anyone's game. I'll say it right here. That one's anyone's game, considering how battered both teams are. But now that they have that star AG5 War Dancer, like I said, I expect great things. That should be the first win in their win column, probably. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The Comeback Kings are in trouble. They're trying to recover. They just ran into a Halfling team that won a game. I hate to say it. I'm calling Halflings. I think they're going to get a second win in their column at this rate here. It's going to be the Nobblers. You're doing fine. The game is all about survival now at this point. You just need to survive and then be ready for match week 7. That's what you're aiming for, and just be solidly in the middle, and you'll be okay. Alright, now this is the interesting one there. This is the match is to watch. However, I'm going to call it right now because the champion Orc is dead. I think the Cheating Bastards from Chelsea, let's be honest, they're going to just get right back into form. They're going to win that one. Alright, I'm just calling it right here. The Cheating Bastards are going to win that one. They're going to get right back into form. Cunts. Anyway, and then here, well, I hate to say it, lads, but you better call the police. You're going to need an ambulance. It's not for me, lads. It's definitely not for me. That is going to be a violent game all the way through there. I expect the Goblins to give what for, and they're going to be told what for right there, kiss. Fuck you. Alright, Jervis is awake finally, and he wants some meat. Alright, so that is what we're looking forward to. Week 6, go get 'em, lads. Go fucking get 'em. You know, Jelly Division really is an interesting division to review every single week here. And every week it comes back to the same, what in the name of the diseased left testicle of Griff Elberwald are you doing? Because I don't know, but you know, that's what we have the review for, so we can actually take a look and everyone else can try and figure this out. Alright, so, Jelly Division. After another fun-filled week here. And let's see what these buggers are doing here. Alright, first, Bibble. Yes, again. They started off so well, didn't they? What's happened? Bibble. No, the word sums everything up about this team here. 2 rerolls, fan factor. Like I said, they won the first game. Never again, apparently. Oh, God. Like, you've got the team for it here. You've got strip ball. You've got a decent thrower. You now finally have a catcher. And your lineman, no one fucking cares. So what's wrong with this team? Bibble. Alright. I've got nothing else on to say of this team. It's just, my God, what a whack job. Alright? You know what I mean. Alright, meanwhile here. Alright, now let's see what the handsome lad's actually been doing with this postulates-filled team here. For some reason, it keeps working. No, really, there's nothing broken on this team. It's hard to criticize. Again, the Nurgle Warriors, they're slow on the uptick. I did warn that, but you can see finally they have started their development. Worry, gentlemen, worry. Meanwhile, same with Fluffy. Worry, it's finally getting somewhere. And meanwhile, yep, you started building up pestigores, because that's what you start doing. Once you get a core of rotters, you start building up pestigores, because they're the ones that actually have to start doing all the work. He's got the one with block, no problem. You need another skill, you need... Look, I keep telling you, and I'll keep saying it again, unless something spectacular is railed, extra arms is the next skill he has to buy, because he's the ball handler, alright? You've got kick, absolutely essential there for Nurgle term. He's got the dirty player, well, he's got spares, you might as well. And of course, didn't want to waste a double, did you? I don't blame you. That's a tough one there, because I hate to say it, the people who want God aren't him. No, really. It's all the other players who want God, not him. Roddy's, it's a real waste of time. But you know what? You didn't want to waste a double, I get it. Decent rerolls, decent fan factor. There's nothing really to criticize. Alright, now the superstars, the big surprise here of the division. Well, they surprised everybody, certainly. Alright, let's see what the Silver Bolt's actually doing here at 1270 TV. Well, look at the problems. Oh, no one wants to face this team anytime soon. They really don't. Look at the skills here. Well, finally, look at the runner. Yep. Level 4. 5 weeks in, he's already level 4. What the fuck is wrong with you in this division here? How do you let a runner do this well? It's a dwarf team. If he's averaging almost 3 TDs a game, there's something wrong with a whole lot of you. Okay, he should be dead. All right. Meanwhile, as you can see here, Trelsa, oh, strength upgrade. Great. Oh, my God. Smoke me a kippy. You're going to be gone by breakfast here. Meanwhile, Mighty Blow on the other one. No surprise. And, of course, God on Longbeard. There's nothing to criticize on this team. It's more of a division I'm criticizing. How did you let this happen? No, really. You need to explain this one to me here. Not you, Vort, sit down. All right. Meanwhile, Elf Lives kind of out of here. The Vampires, who continue to bizarrely surprise this season so far. 1120 TV, because, yeah, well, apparently he's come back to prove something. He actually does know how to play vampires. Titchy, look it up. Anyway, well, apparently he has, because 3 team rerolls. I've got a question. Why haven't you bought that yet? No, really, honestly. Week 5, you haven't bought an apothecary. You can buy an apothecary there, son. You can indeed buy it. And yes, it does indeed work. Meanwhile, looking at what's actually working here. Wrestle on one, block on the other. He's got level up do on the other one here. And then, of course, he's got leader on this throw. He's got dirty play. He's got a kicker. I'm still wondering where the rest of the vampires are. But you know what? He doesn't need them. Well, apparently so far, not in this division. Alright, well, we'll see. How am I going to talk about you, son? Blackpool, what the fuck's wrong with you? Are you taking lessons from the dwarves, or are you just his farm team? I'm starting to wonder. 3 team rerolls, apothecary, 2 fan factor here, and everything that is wrong with the dwarf team. Why? Look at the lack of skills by week 5. Behold the AAA team, behold the farm team. Alright, that sums this one up here. God, you like the toe fungus on him. Alright, well, do better. That sums it up right there. Alright, let's take a look at the Amazons. I feel for you, son. You're in a dwarf division. Yeah, this is really not the division you ever wanted to be in. Now, technically, Amazons can beat dwarves until the skills really start getting out of whack. So, let's take a look at what's left of your team. Yeah, that sums it up right there. Alright, both catches out of action. Well, how'd you end up letting that happen? There's a hell explanation. AG4 Blitzer. That's a good choice. Good piece. I hate to say it, she's your scoring piece. Really, that's the one you're going to be sending the ball to all the time to score because he's got no other purpose on this team. As for the rest of your team, you throw a bot block. Why? No, really, honestly, why? Sure hands is what she buys first, not block if it's a normal skill. 3 T rerolls, Apothecary 2 fat. Well, this explains much there. No one's really cheering for him. The calendar apparently was a bit of a bust. Next time, close off. Anyway, here we go. Well, at least it's nice to see they're rather handsome looking anyway. Let's see what these little sheriffs have been doing here, Weezer's Waltz. It's a tough division, isn't it? It's amazing how much this fanatical heroic team's actually been doing here. Every week, it's tuning in going, damage report. But, you know, that's why we love this coach. Does not quit. He's finding ways to make this team actually work in a division this fucking twisted. Alright, let's take a look here. He's beat up, he's battered, but they're still leveling up. They're getting somewhere. They are honestly getting somewhere. Again, he just wants to get out of the fucking division. Well, you're impressing all of us, son. You really are there. You're actually showing what this team can really do in the hands of a competent coach. That was a segue, wasn't it? I didn't have to say a thing. You're all wet. Speaking of, all right, you're Krill. You're all fucking Krill. Bow to your emperor. Necker ain't your firm. It really isn't. Let's go and take a look. Oh god, it's dead, isn't it? Yep. Strength 5, flesh golem, dead. How do you keep losing players like this? Oh, wait. I'm told there's an explanation. All right. I don't want to hear it. La, 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 la. All right. Well, he's got a crippled werewolf. He's got the other one trying to do something. Oh, look. Crippled flesh golem. He used to have a good one. Dead. All right. Meanwhile, zombie. Who cares? Whites with no skill ups by this point. You know you're having a bad season. By this point, your whites have got no skill. Oh, the zombie's got a skill. Right. My god, 3T rerolls, 2 fan factor. Yeah, you need these, son. You really need these. And meth, alright? And laced bamboo, apparently. Alright, let's go take a look at the leaderboard to see what's going on here after 5 weeks. There we go. Number 1 with a silver bullet, but chasing right after them is Nurgle. That's an interesting matchup. We're all waiting to find out what happens when these two bang into each other, because that's going to decide everything in this division. Meanwhile, you know, for a vampire team, that record's fine. Especially in this division. That record's just fine. You're doing okay, lad. Don't know how, but you're doing it. Again, there's the fine lads there. It's a measure of the coach why they've got a perfect, right down the middle 500 record in division this fucking awful. You're doing a great job. Absolutely. No, that's right there, candid. Great fucking job here. Because again, this is a brutal fucking division for you. And meanwhile, Amazon, well, that's no surprise. 2-0 and 3. Look at the, like I said, look at this division. The fact he's got it at 500 is a bloody miracle. You not so lucky, apparently. All right. Meanwhile, oh, there's the Farm Fungus team. All right, we're just gonna call you Black Fungus at this point. Yeah, yep. You're not the Combat Club. You're Silverbutt's Farm Club. All right. Go back to Star Wars. Anyway, meanwhile, Bibble. Well, at least you're not last. Like I said, game 1 you did great. Where's the rest of them? Oh, it's like one game around your lot. Place bets, gentlemen. That might be exactly what that is. And meanwhile, lad, just Necro's not your firm. I will stand by this. Necro is clearly not your firm. Let's take a look at week number 6 to see if anything's going to change. All right. That one, absolutely, Pro L should win that one. Amazons, they're pretty battered. That's a recovery game. They just want to get through the game. That's all they want to do. Pro L's ought to win that one here. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Someone has to lose. Unfortunately, it can't be both of them. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Panda's going to win that one. Finally. He's going to figure it out. He's going to win one. Why? The Farm Club. You had a glimmer for a while there. And now you're right back to being where you've been since the beginning. So I hate to say it, that Panda is finally his day. All right. That one. Oh dear. That one is going to be the weirdest call of the entire thing. Decisions. You know what? No, it's no decision. The Vampires are winning that one there. And, of course, there it is. The matchup we're all watching this week. That's the one there. The battle will decide. And now, some have argued, is that already a preview? My answer is, shush. Just bad. Bad. That is not a preview of the finals. That is absolutely not a preview, because how dare a dwarf, stunty bastard team get there? They don't deserve it. They really don't. You know, why? Well, they're drinking an American beer. What do you expect? They don't deserve it. There you gotta have fermented fungi like this handsome man there, you know? Because everything they say about him is true. Alright. So that's Jelly Division in a nutshell. Week 5, Week 6, violence inherent in the system. Please deliver. Alright, Peanut Butter. You made it past the first 4 weeks. You've got past the midpoint. Now you're here. Week 5. And, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Alright, let's take a look at what's been evolving or devolving. Alright, first we have to talk about chops. Don't want to, got to. Alright. 1240, 130k. What's it to say about the team? Not doing it right. Not doing it right. Clearly not doing it right. And, well, why is there a second skill here? You know, there's no point here. You're not doing it right, okay? I'll just stick to that right there. 5 Fan Factor, Apothecary, 3 Team Rails. That's not our Trough team. I hope you die horribly of dysentery. Alright, let's go to the next team here. Alright. The actual Shambling Undead team that's playing this year. Yeah, there is one of these. 1210, 140. And let's go and take a look how the team's evolving. He's got the Dream Player. Ironically, the name. We love the name there. That is so much irony this season. You know, you have the person who had the most unlucky is the luck player for this team. Nothing going on here with the baseline, but that's alright. That is 100 expected. You expect that. The other ghoul, well, he's got work to do, but, well, one guy's outshining him, are they? Nothing wrong with the whites, and the mummies are just gradual progress, and this is fine. 3 Team Rerolls, 4 Fan Factor. He's a bit of alright. He's looking good for the second round eventually when he gets there. And then, of course, yep, here we are, the Underworld team that still can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. Don't worry, the coach knows. Forgot to explain it to his own team. You know, it's called a chalkboard, son. Invest in one. You know, they might actually understand pictures. Alright, let's take a look here. The fantastic troll who's finally started doing something. Claw piling on. Some would say that's the only reason this team's even in contention right now. The Storm Vermin, well, who cares? No, honestly, who cares about these two? They're not really doing much either, are they? Then, of course, there's the Thrower. Well, he's not doing anything, of course. And, of course, the Lion Rats that keep getting their asses busted. Son, replace them. They're broken. There's plenty more lying over there in the pit, alright? Mrs. Jervison just gave another 34 in the recent litter this week. There's plenty to recruit from. Hey, God. And then meanwhile, the goblins, nothing's happening. Really, nothing's happening here. 3 rerolls with Apothecary, of course, 0 Fan Factor. So you tell me what's going wrong with this team. No, really, you tell me. I don't want to tell you. You know already. Alright, the comedy team. Fist A team, and well, they're definitely worth the price of comedy, aren't they there? 1060 TV. And, well, take a look here. Full 16 roster. They're still leveling up. How that fucking happened, I have no idea, but they're still leveling up. Slowly. Gradually. This is how he takes the life of everybody in this division. The Star, of course, is doing a great job. Everyone else is doing a decent job. You wouldn't expect anything from this team, yet it's a measure of the coach, and he actually makes this team work because it's all about attrition. He comes in, he shows up, he's got 16 players. Come here! But then look at his TV. It's a non-issue for him. It's like, yes, I got 16 players, but what bloat? There is no bloat in this team. Alright, 14 rerolls, 3... There's nothing wrong with this team. What's wrong with this team is there's nothing wrong with it. That sums it up in a nutshell. Alright, the Jailers. This is a tough one, isn't it, lad? You know, it's like human firm. There's nothing wrong with a good human firm at the hands of any coach here. And again, we can see where you're going here. It's not a bad idea. Ultimate Eskimos is a style of human team, and it's a dodgy human team, and you definitely are building this way. And it works as long as you're willing to be hyper-aggressive with this team. When you're conservative, doesn't work so well. That's a bit of insight and a bit of advice there. Take it with what you live. Alright, otherwise, they're working on it. They are indeed working on 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 5 Fan Factor. It's not the worst you could be after 5 weeks. But it's not the best either, you know? Column A, column B, as they would like to say. Alright, now it's this arsehole. Alright, more chops. Mate's back on the menu, boys. Now, you can see here, he's doing it right. Absolutely, he's doing it right, and he's getting beat up for it, but bravo and kudos to you, son. Bravo. That's how a Choff coach plays the game. Hard. Just ask my sister. You better be hard all the time. Anyway, AG4 got the proper kick. That's actually a good idea because you got these lads. They're getting beat up. It's been known to happen. Yeah, busted his movement. Well, he doesn't really care. He still has plus 3 movement technically at the end of it there. So he only moves 8, not 9. All right. I would actually say fire him if he didn't have a skill already. So slight adjustment to your playstyle. As for the rest of the Choffs, you're doing it right. You're 100% doing it right. Beating, beating, more beating. That's what you're supposed to do. 3 team rerolls, Apothecary, 3 Fan Factor. I'm not necessarily cheering for you, but I'm not cheering against you. Alright, that's about as far as I'm going to get. Alright, because you're a Choff team. Yeah, you scum of the earth anyway. Alright, meanwhile, the fat lady did indeed sing. It is a Cinderella story, this Norse team. It truly is a Cinderella story. Will they get to the ball? Well, they're getting balled, alright, aren't they? Let's go review the team. You can see what I mean here. Well, after week 5, he's back up to 11-10 TV. And notice, yes, he's rebuilding again. Yep, anyone who's been paying attention to this Norse team, they have so far averaged a death per game. It is horrific, this team. Sometimes more than one in the single game. They're having a brutal time. But then again, it's Norse. Norse have the best loaders in the entire game because it's 50k loader, comes with block, and you don't give a fuck what happens to them. His problem, and you can see it here, is he's trying to rebuild his positionals because they're the ones that got gutted first. He finally has the 2 runners back. Bravo. That took a while. He had to put them back. He's got the 2 berserkers. He's got the Ufurfers there. He's got a thrower, but notice now what he's got a severe lack of. Where are the linemen? They're all dead, son. What do you think happened to them? Don't worry, like I said, best loners in the entire league you can get. 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 2 Fan Factor. Lad, you're fine. You're utterly fine. I applaud your chutzpah because you won't quit on this team. The coach won't quit. The team won't quit on him. Gotta love that. Alright, and then of course the substitute who showed up there. Welcome to the sun. Welcome to glory. Welcome to the league. And you know what? You're doing fine. No, I've been watching how you play. You're doing fine. Go talk to the Nobler firm. They might have a word with you, but you're doing fine, this Ogre firm. Alright, you haven't got a result you wanted, but that's okay. Ogre teams are all full of expectations and desperations. Not bad, son. You know, you've got 5 Ogres now online. 1 with block, 1 with bright tackle. It's a good combination. Your nobles are going to get trashed all day. This is just a story, you know, of a lovely nobler. It was brought up by 3 pretty girls, but I'm envious of the poor bastard. Alright, 3 rerolls, Apothecary, 1 Fan Factor. Someday they'll cheer for them. Trust me, in this league, eventually they will. You do a win, son. You really do a win here. Alright, let's go back a little bit here and see what happened during the game week. We'll do it differently on this division. Alright, your peanut butter division. You're all a little weird and off anyway. Okay? You all do things differently. You know, Pat's, what do you do? You know, you fasten, then zip? Alright? Something like that. Was it zip fasten? I don't know. Alright, so there you go. The Norse won against the Ogres, but my God, they got annihilated in that process there. Choff versus Choshi didn't kill each other. Bad. Alright, go back and play that game again. Alright, that is clearly a bad result. It's clearly fixed. A commissioner forced that to be replayed there. I need the tapes re-examined there. Clearly cheating going on there, especially by one of them. Alright, here we go. The Jailers versus the Twitch Hits. 1-1. You know, that could have been anyone's game. It really could have been anyone's game. Good way to explain it is, it just seemed like neither coach really felt it. So, you both got conservative, and maybe you shouldn't have been. And 1-1 tie, you're already looking forward. Alright, fine. I won't judge, but it's a bit disappointing there, because I know both coaches have the potential to do better. Alright? Honesty. You can do better, lads. Alright? I've seen it. Alright? Meanwhile down here, oh dear, 2-1, the joke team's still winning here. Well, that's all the world's problem, isn't it? Alright, let's go take a little leaderboard after 5 weeks in, yep. Oh well, at least it's not Chelsea. Alright, fuck off. Alright, see, there you go. Human team's 3-2. See, there's nothing wrong with playing a human team. In good hands, good style, a human team can do extremely well. And behold, it's not perfect, but it's a good record right now. And then meanwhile over there, the joke team. Your lads in this division need to have a wee talk about this here, because this should not be happening. You know, this really should not be happening here. Yeah. This is like the Fenders season, alright? You're letting it happen again, alright? With rinse, repeat. Alright, and meanwhile, the actual Shambling Undead's looking at this going, what the fuck are we doing wrong? I don't know, son, that's hard to say. I don't think you really are doing it wrong. You know, it will come together, alright? Meanwhile, you know, you're trying. You at least have got your heart into how to play a Chorf team. 500, you'll live with it. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Down here's the worst. The annihilated Norse team. It's either they get completely shattered or they win the game. Or they win the game and they get completely shattered in the process. Oh well, at least they never quit, so they've got 2 wins, but I tell you, the funeral bills are getting awful. Fortunately, the league does half cover that. You know, a generous donation by our sponsor, Grimwall. Alright, meanwhile over here, well, you got a tie, so well done, bravo, bravo. It will get better, son. It will get better. Second round, you'll do great. And then, of course, the coach can't explain it. How has this happened? No, really, every coach has a firm that really is their bane. Okay, it doesn't come together. Lad, I think you found it. I think like Panda, you have found your nemesis team. AKA, no. This team, well, maybe second round. You could turn it all around. That's what's so great about this league. Second round, new divisions, new opponents. You can only hope. Of course, I'm just curious who's going to be following you. Well, there you have it. You know, week 5. You're now past the halfway point, and I have to always remind you, just because you have a lousy first round doesn't mean you're still not in it there. That's how the BBPN actually works. You have a second round, everyone's going to get redistributed, and then, of course, some of you truly inspire for Hooligan Division, and if you think that's bad, ask Cadet. We have indeed had a winner from that division. Of course, you can ask Cadet all the other questions at the end of all this there. Right, Cadet, where the hell are you?
Welcome to Cadet's Corner, where I'm your host, Cadet, where I can talk about anything I want, because that's my corner. So let's look at a list of points I can talk about today. The nutrition of plant seeds, also known as nuts, psychology of fouling in Blood Bowl, and how young is too young for your child to start participating in the sport of alligator wrestling. Real hot topic here in Florida, you know, we talk about that a lot. My first week's episode was really short, my last week's episode was really long. Let's start with psychology of Blood Bowl fouling and see where we end up. The difference between a good player and a great player is fouling. If you want to be a great player, you have to play like me. So you need to understand the psychology of fouling. Usually Nuffle dictates the psychology of players by tilting the game one way or the other, but fouling can also have an impact on the psychology of other players by allowing them to see how big your nuts are early in a game. When a player sees that you have some nuts underneath you, they're going to start to play a little differently. Now the size of your nuts will further dictate the psychology of your opponent, but try to stick with me here. I know this is like really complicated stuff. Now if you foul your opponent right out the gate on turn 1, the opponent will instantly say, man, this guy's got some nuts. But the size of your nuts matter, because if they aren't big enough to choke on, it doesn't matter. Now if you're fouling with a bribe or a dirty player, the opposing player may look at your peanuts and say, that's expected, nothing crazy here, I can't handle these nuts. Keep in mind though that some coaches have nut allergies. That's right. Usually elf coaches, and more noticeably wood elf coaches. Wood elf coaches are especially scared of nuts. You just have to flash your peanuts at them and instantly they're going to play differently. Maybe less cage diving with the war dancer, Most Wood Elf coaches are afraid of nuts, and they don't even carry them themselves. That's why you only see them foul when they're trying to take their own players off the pitch to save themselves. Please do not confuse nuts with bad plays and bad ideas. Let's say you're playing against something else other than Wood Elves. You're going to have to show them you have bigger nuts. You do this by fouling with no bribes, at 11 man, and a single assist. At this point, your opponent will say, okay, this guy has some walnuts. But I'm sure he'll stop fouling as soon as the player is ejected, because walnuts always crack. That's the problem here. Most players crack when they get that first ejection. But if you want to be great, you have to show them that you have coconut-sized nuts. Immediately after your fouler is removed, you foul again. Yes, you heard me. You foul again. Instantly, your opponent will take notice and start to question what players are safe on the ground. Fouling with a positional, and they will start wondering if they have to deal with your coconut-sized nuts on their face. Think about it. There's only so many linos on the field. If you're fouling with positionals, nobody's safe on the ground. Sometimes, though, there are players that think they have nuts the same size as you. Yeah, they also think they have coconuts. You have to show them that you have the coca de mer of nuts, the biggest nuts known to man. You keep fouling after multiple players are sent off. You make dodges to make fouls. You say F it, it's time for the ball carrier to make a foul. You make a foul in turn 8 right before you're about to score. Just showing Wood Elf coach one of your coca de mer, and they will ask themselves if a second is even possible to be carried on a human. They may even ask if you're Randy Marsh shortly before conceding the game. Yes, remember, Wood Elf players have nut allergies, and that's a lot of nut to risk having on their face. No sane player will pile on with a Kilgore if they know they are up against a coca de mer. Once a player sees a coca de mer, they cannot unsee it. They will just assume you do whatever it takes to win and start playing more conservatively, lower their block count, increasing the drive time, and all this will start to lead to you winning. Keep this in mind for round 2, because your opponent will. Good luck.